Hey snappers, what is up and welcome back to my channel, Heather and A.
So snap your fingers, baby, I'll come running.
Alright guys, so as you can tell by the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about all of my car-tastrophes, which means I'm going to be telling you all of my car troubles. And unfortunately, there is quite a few of them, so let's get on with the video. So the very first story happened when I had gotten Starbucks early in the morning before school started, and I was running a little bit late. I got to school at 7:40 and my school started at 7:45, so I was like really looking for a parking space because if I was late, my parents would probably not let me get Starbucks early in the morning again, which can't happen because I need my coffee if you know me. So I parked on the side of the road a little bit sticking out, and I wasn't supposed to park there, I don't think, because it had like a white line telling you that you weren't really supposed to park there. But I didn't really care because I just wanted to make sure I was on time. So I got to school, I was on time, I barely made it on time, and in the middle of second hour at like 9:40, I like felt myself getting a ticket. I'm like, I don't know why, but I feel like I'm getting a ticket right now. I feel like I'm getting a ticket. And I was right. Like at that same exact time that I was thinking I was getting a ticket, I actually got a ticket at that time. I had 2 violations on that ticket, unfortunately, but that was my fault. And it was not a cheap ticket. Let's just say that. It was not cheap. I'm not gonna tell you the price of that ticket, man. It was pretty expensive though. For me anyway, because I had to pay for it. I had 2 violations. I was sticking out a little bit and I wasn't supposed to park there. So that was the very first one. The second story, I got into a car accident, which wasn't really my fault. I was rear-ended. I was on my way to Flower Child after school when all of a sudden the car stopped really quickly in front of me, so then I had to stop really quickly so that I didn't hit the car in front of me, and the person behind me didn't see that I had stopped. I literally saw him coming towards me in my rear view mirror. The traffic was so bad and there was nowhere I could go. We were all stopped, so I couldn't go anywhere. I remember looking in my rear view mirror as he was like heading towards me. I was like, oh my gosh, he is not slowing down. So what I did was I just braced myself for impact, and luckily I did not get hurt that badly. My back just hurt afterwards. It was a pretty scary thing for me. It really was. The first person I actually called was my dad because I knew he was going to be mad at me, but if you ever get in a car accident, call the police first, not your dad. But he came to where I got in a car accident. The police came and stuff, and the guy who hit me was pretty old. I don't know what he was doing or why he didn't see me. He probably was looking down at his phone or something. I was so sad because my car was totaled. He hit me going pretty quickly, like 35 or 40 miles an hour. Definitely felt like that. He hit me pretty hard. That was the second story. That was pretty crazy. Definitely one of the scariest things that's happened to me before. So on to the third story. I have a different car now since my other car was totaled. It was a year newer of the same car that I had, but in silver. The other car that I had was white, so I got a silver one and it was a year newer, and I'm so lucky that I got a car that was in about the same condition that my other one was before I got in a car accident. Anyway, I got another parking ticket and I wasn't even running late to school. I parked apparently too close to the pedestrian walk. It was not nearly as expensive as the first one because I only had 1 violation instead of 2. My dad at this point was like, Heather, do we need to take your car away? My parents were not at all happy about all of this happening. Obviously, I'm way more careful now. Like, my parents know that I've gotten a lot better within the year. This all happened like in the same year, by the way, that I had my car. Yeah, it was not good. But yeah, that was the third story. So this fourth story is pretty interesting because I was running late and I backed into the neighbor's car. My mom had invited me the day before to go to her aerial yoga class at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was running late because it's hard for me to get up that early in the morning. I'm guessing the neighbor's car is parked in the garage because he usually does it that way. And so I was backing out pretty quickly, like I had my foot on the gas kind of backing out. You're not supposed to put your foot on the gas when you're backing out, but you know, I was running late. I was just like, I need to get there, I'm gonna be late, and then I'm gonna walk in and everyone's gonna stare at me. I can't have that. So I backed into the neighbor's car, and since I was running late to this thing, I knew my mom was gonna be mad at me, so I drove away. But listen, I didn't do it because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get caught kind of thing. Like, his car alarm went off. Like, obviously he knew that I hit him. I should have stopped and said, hey, I'm gonna come back, I'm running late or whatever. whatever, or talk to him, but I didn't. I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to go. I need to go to this aerial yoga class. That was like the worst mistake ever. You don't do that. So anyway, I drove away and I was like, oh, it's fine. I live right across from him. He knows that. Like, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come and figure it out and pay for the damage, you know, like whatever, fine. All I cared about at this point was just making the aerial yoga class, which I didn't. I drove to the wrong place. I called my mom. She's like, Heather, where are you? I'm like, I'm at the basketball court like you told me, in the village. And she's like, you're at the wrong village. And I was like, are you kidding me? So now I hit the neighbor's car for no reason, because now I'm gonna be really, really late and there's no way I can even make it to her aerial yoga class. So I did that for nothing. And I hit the neighbor's car and my dad was calling me upset because he came over to my house. We got all of this figured out, by the way. The neighbor was really chill, luckily. He was really nice. We already figured it out. We already paid him. We're all chill now, but that was a very, very bad mistake of mine. Don't drive away if you hit someone. That is a crime. That is a crime. I come back and my dad is this close to taking my car away, like this close. And right when you think this is over, I have another car story. So I'm pretty sure this is like, I don't know, the fourth, is this the fifth one now? I think this is the fifth one. I was on my way to Chick-fil-A. If you guys know me, I go to Chick-fil-A every morning before school to get coffee. Well, I was going into the drive-thru, and at this point, I'm not very good at drive-thrus. Like, I'm just getting the gist of drive-thrus. I was pulling up in the drive-thru at the window, and I apparently pulled up too closely to the window, and I left my steering wheel turned to the far left, and I didn't realize how close I was because I was very tired. It's like 6 or 7 in the morning. Like, I'm tired at this point. Like, I only got probably 5 hours of sleep the night before or whatever. So I was tired. I wasn't really paying attention. I was like half awake. The guy gives me my coffee. I pay for it. He just kind of handed me my drink in a rude way and was like, all right, bye. Like, he was not having it that morning. So I felt bad. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to leave. Like, there's a line behind me. I need to go. So I was like rushing. I didn't realize how close I was. So when I was turning the wheel, I didn't turn it enough. I scraped the side of my car. It was so loud. It was so loud. It was like crushing. It was embarrassing because I'm pretty sure he heard that. I'm pretty sure he was like, oh my gosh. When I scraped my car, it was a lot worse than I thought it was. Like, when I got home, I didn't realize how bad it was until I got home. Like, I forgot to check it because I was going to school. Then after school, I was like, whatever, you know, whatever. I get home, the sun's shining on my car, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my dad is going to be furious. And by the way, when I hit the Chick-fil-A, I didn't do any damage to it. Nothing happened to that Chick-fil-A. I pinky promise you. I didn't do any destruction to the building at all. I checked. I didn't do any damage to it, luckily, but my car definitely had some damage done to it. I really hope you guys liked this car story time. These are all true stories, and I'm not proud of them, but everyone has their flaws, you know what I mean? And this is definitely something that has been a major flaw, but I promise you, I'm a way better driver now. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, smash that thumbs up button. If you want to see some more videos, comment down below what kind of videos you guys want to see next. Subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification to get notified on when I'm posting next. I'm posting every 2 weeks on Wednesdays, so stay tuned for those. And yeah, love you snappers. Have a great rest of your day.
So snap your fingers, baby, I'll come running.
Hey guys, so the people that are trimming the trees decided to do it today, the day that I'm filming, and I've never heard more ruckus in my entire life. Much appreciated. It's so loud.